Hello everyone and welcome back to the 15-part tutorial of the bathroom tutorial. So right now I want to do something which is a little bit, I don't know, I was experimenting this and it was a little bit tricky. So first of all, I'm going to grab these two, add them to here because they should be in some layer, and I will hide all the rest. You will see that those also should be here. So I'm just adding them to those layers so I will have space here to work. Now, first of all, you know what? I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do. We have the doors here, and I want to have some features that holding those doors, and as well as one door to be able to open it, that you will be able to open it, or whatever. So I'm going to create a cube here. Press F to focus on it. And I'm going to scale this down that way, squeeze it. And I'm going to scale this that way. Now, I want to be able to tell if this is enough for what I'm going to do, but right now, well, let's do this. Here is the bath. This should be sticked somewhere here. I need it to be bigger, like so. Let's see if that fits. So, yeah, let's say that this is somewhat enough, maybe about so. And cool, I can continue without those. I'm going to bring this to the origin here and work it out. So we're going to create a few features here, which one of them is a pivot for the door to be open. Now, the thing is that after twice that I experimented this thing, it's getting a little bit frustrating to create this. So I'm going to tell it right now. We're going to do this, and if for some reason, I don't know, it's getting a little bit weird and stretched too long, I'm going to settle with whatever I have. So let's start. Creating this, I'm going to duplicate this, Control D to duplicate this, moving along next to this. You can hold down the D and the V key and snap this to the corner. Hold down the V key and bring it that way. Okay, both are snapped to each other, and that's good. I'm going to create a polygon pipe, and right away I'm going to change to the attribute editor tab and change this to subdivision 8. I'm going to position this over here. I'm going to take a look at this. I'm going to change the radius into, let's say, 0.500. Okay, this is a little bit, yeah, that's okay. Thickness to, let's say, 150. 0.150. This is a little bit too much. I'm going to change this to, yeah, you know what? That's fine. I'm going to keep it as 200 maybe. That way. Now, with that done, I'm first going to bring it close to here. And I want to be able to rotate this, as you can see, and make this one of those faces, those faces, to be alignment with this. So while I'm holding the J key, it's a little bit hard to do this. So I'm going to do this manually, like so. And I'm going to take a look at the numbers here at the channel box, and you can see that the rotation here on the Y is minus 25.400. Now, my guess is that it should be 5, okay? And that way it will turn to be okay. It will face it. Maybe not. Maybe that way. I have no idea. Let's make it 22. That's it. I don't know, it's not really changing something, so I can't really tell. Anyway, I'm gonna stick this here. I can't really stick this, so I'm gonna bring it that way. Right click, choose vertices, grab those vertices. Hold down the V key, snap them to this height, grab those vertices, snap them there. With that done, I'm going to hold down the D and the V key, snap my pivot over here, this corner, and I want it to be exactly here. So hold on the V and push it towards there. And now you can see those two are almost snapped. I'm going to snap it. Okay. Now I'm going to modify center the pivot for it. And because I can see that it's not really there, I will try to manage to align this better. I don't really want to spend too much time on this. It's really annoying part for me. Yeah, and you can already see that I'm losing time here. Let's make it 23. Enter. Still doesn't do anything. Let's settle with this. Okay. D, V. Trying to snap this once more, just to be sure. Okay, it snapped. Now I'm gonna add one edge loop here. Insert edge loop. Click here on this edge. Move it here. Double click on it. Hold down the V key and snap it to this edge. Okay. So now what I want to do is to grab to attach this cylinder into this area. So as it is, I'm going to press F8 first, then right click, choose edge, grab this edge, control right click, edge ring utilities to edge ring and split. That's good. And press F8 to bring it back to object mode. Shift right click, offset edge loop. I'm going to add edge loops. You see, I'm going to add them somewhat here. Well, you know what? Let's do it different. I'm going to grab this edge, control right click, edge ring utilities to edge ring and split. Grab this edge, press G, and I'm going to do the same over this shape. Press F8, grab this shape, grab this edge, press G, grab this edge, press G, grab this edge, press G. Let's do this here. Right click, edge, G, and edge G. Okay, so now we have the same lines crossing those three objects. Press F8 to bring it back to object mode. And we're going to grab this, right click, face. I'm going to grab everything in the middle of this cylinder. And you can see we have a problem. It's collecting also those here inside, but it's collecting the whole figure. I mean, it's not divided as what we have here. So in order to fix this, first, I'm going to press F8, bring it back to object mode, grab this edge, press G, grab this edge, press G, and go over this edge and press G. Now, you already know what G is. It's the last function that I used. Therefore, I'm using it all over again, also in this inner part of our cylinder. So with that done, well, polygon pipe. So I can now grab everything in the center here and simply go over mesh and extruct. Press F8 3 times, and now we have these and these apart from each other. So basically this will be stick to this part and those will be stick to this part. Now how are we going to do this? We're going to first grab these and that one, and we're going to isolate them both. So this is what we have right now. Now with that done, I'm going to right click, choose face on top of the cubic shape, grab that face, press delete, and then grab that face there and press delete. I'm going to press F8, bring it back to object mode. I'm going to grab this one, right click, choose face, and now I'm going to delete the faces, same faces, just that faced those. Okay, so now both of the shapes, the square or this one and polygon pipe, are open to be patched here. So we're gonna do the same. Well, I need to do something here, I guess. No, nothing. I'm gonna grab both of them, mesh, combine. They were isolated, so now I need to unisolate and isolate again. Because whenever you do something like combine, it's just like performing a new object. So it's been the other one has been deleted. Probably this is how it works, and I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna grab the 4 vertices that should be connect here. Those, okay? Basically, those are 8 vertices. And we have 4 from each side here, so it's another 8. And I'm going to go over Edit Mesh, Merge Components, Options, Set Settings, and click Apply. With those settings, they should be connected. All we have to do is just click on one of them. Well, something obviously is not working. Let's grab this one, see if it's opening, undo that. Oh, that's good. So those are patched. Now what we left to do is right-click, choose Edge, double-click on this edge, click Extrude, switch to Scale Tool, open this up, and then Mesh Tools, Merge Vertex Tool, and patch these. Okay. Now this one is the easiest part to work. So that's great. I'm going to change to Selection Tool, right-click Edge, double-click on this edge, and I'm going to do the same over here. Extrude this, switch to Scale Tool, open this, Mesh Tools, Merge Vertex Tool, and patch those. Now I did practice this, I told you twice, and at some point something that I wanted to achieve started to bug me, and it was just awful to do it all over. You can see the process, it's just a little bit, I don't know, it looks maybe easy, but when you're trying at first figure this out, how to do this, it's becoming a little bit frustrating. So now I'm going to grab those two, okay, and I'm going to isolate them. So now I need to work this out, all right? Now this is where the problem is. I want to grab those two and I want to be able to patch them. But in order to patch those two, what I first need to do is to understand how I want to patch those. So right now, the only option we have is to add one edge loop here, okay, this one, insert edge loop here, switch immediately to Move Tool, hold down the V key, and point to this edge here, okay, to this one. Well, I'm going to point on this, you see this one, not the red, the one here, okay. So now I can delete those two faces and patch this at the same place. So grab those 4 and simply press delete, okay. Now I'm not sure they are combined. They are not combined, so let's combine them. And we will need to unisolate and isolate again. And now I will simply patch this that way, okay? Let's see. Well, need to grab... Oh, I'm missing something. Okay, don't worry. We will bring this back. This one, hold down the V key. Well, not. Extrude first. Hold down the switch to Move Tool, hold down the V key, and snap it over here. So we will have something such as this. Right click, choose vertices. Let's grab all those vertices here at this area. Yeah, that's safe. We can do it. Edit Mesh, Merge Component. Great. Now I'm gonna, well, I need to do the same here and just press G because this was the Merge Component option last time. So I can just press G and do that. I'm going to unisolate, and I have this inner face there that I need to isolate with them, this one. Okay, so now I'm going to grab those, mesh, combine, and isolate again, and that's great. And here is our little problem here. So first of all, double click on this edge here. Okay, click Extrude, switch to Scale Tool, open this up. Now what we have here is a triangle, and this is the problem. So I'm going to not undo, I'm just going to scale this down, but I'm going to take the Merge Vertex tool, first patch this, and at least finish with this step, that way, and this one over here. And we're going to do the same over here. Right click, edge, double click on this edge, extrude it, switch to scale tool, bring this that way, mesh tools, merge vertex tool, and let's patch these. That way and that way. Okay, press F8 to bring it back to object mode. Right click, edge. Let's grab this one. And what we can do here is just fill hole. So mesh, fill hole, and double click on this triangle here, edge, and press G because G is right now fill hole. With that done, basically we are almost there. We have those two, and that's fine. Now I'm gonna right click, choose face, and I'm gonna grab these two faces in a loop like that and that. Now I'm intentionally I'm grabbing those two in the center because now I can shift right click, duplicate face, where it is, press F8 3 times, and I will have a duplicated faces there. So I'm gonna select this, and I will remain selected with this one, and I will be able to go over modify, center pivot, and just stretch this out that way. Now you can already see that it's black, means that the normals are reversed. I'm going to change the normals and reverse them back like so, and I'm going to grab these into, well, let's try and do that way. You can either right click, right, switch to move tool, hold down the V key, and bring them into this same level, and then grab those and bring them into the same level. Right click, choose, well, right click, choose edge. No, not like that. I'm gonna press press F8. Sorry about that. Edge. Not. Right click, edge on the background, and then double click on this, double click on that. Extrude them. Now you can extrude them that way, but there is a very big chance that whenever you scale this towards here, the other one goes down. So in order to not get into this, I'm gonna undo 2 steps of moving, and I will simply turn the extrude gizmo into the scale tool. Just switch to the scale tool and bring them to pop out a little bit outside like so. That done, right click, choose face, grab, double click on this face, double click on this face, and once again extrude. And yeah, gizmo is here. So I'm going to extrude it to be the same size as this one, as you know, the polygon pipe. And with that done, I'm going to press F8, right click, choose this edge, mesh, fill hole, and double click on this one and press G. Okay, it will cover it. Now press F8, leave it as it is, selected, and isolate it. Shift right click, insert edge loop, and we're going to insert some edge loops here because this feature is going to be smoothed preview. So that way, and we need to do here, if the same, the pressing procedure. Okay, like so. Good, press 3, press F8. Let's see how that looks. Great. Okay, nothing more than that needed. And because this is going to be smooth preview, we also need to smooth preview those and add those edge loops. So this is where it comes to be a little bit frustrating. First of all, what I wanted to do is I wanted to grab those here. I mean those two, and then those two, and simply start and bend them that way, and then release those and continue with those. So we will have some smooth area here. Now, what's going on is that this thing, when it comes to be smoothed here, and I will add those edge loops, it will start to look a little bit weird. So I'm going to add those edge loops without bending this. I don't mind right now about this. I just want to add these edge loops that will make that I will be able to smooth preview the shape as I want. So I'm going to grab this, isolate it first, shift right click, insert edge loops. I'm going to add one edge loop here and two here, one here inside, one here, okay, and one there, right? Now I want to add one here, and this will cause a little bit problem because we have a triangle here. So what I'm suggesting is to add one edge loop here first. You see it's just created here, but right now it turns this triangle to a quad. So now I will be able to grab and enter here a whole full loop of edge loop. See? Just passing the same point here. Then I will be able to add one edge loop over here. Now without that one, it will simply create only a line here that will end up here, and just the second one will be a full loop as those two that I just added. So anyway, with that done, I'm going to continue down here, adding this, adding that one, adding this one, and adding these, and adding this one. Okay. Now, what I was saying is that whenever I wanted to grab those and started to do this, what will happen is that right now, after adding those two, those old loops here, I will simply have tons of edge loops here that will simply make it a little bit hard on me to reshape this into whatever shape I wanted to make it. So as well as adding, by the way, another edge loop here to make it easier on me, or I don't know, let's press 3. You'll see it looks like that, and I don't know. I'm going to grab this and just simply bring it very close. So, and press F8 to bring it back to object mode, press 3. Let's have a look. We are missing two edge loops here. So shift right click, insert edge loop. We are missing this edge loop and that edge loop. Basically, all of these are just making my life harder to create that shape that I wanted. But anyway, that's fine. It looks good. I don't have any problems with that. And maybe I will add one more edge loop here to maintain this area. Okay, see? That's fine. Press F8. Let's unisolate this and let's grab this feature here and isolate it. Shift right click, insert edge loop. And this procedure, once again, of course you can mirror polygons if you want. I don't mind. Add those. Here we will need to add here, there, and here, and there. But down there we will need only to add those two. So because it's already looped, you see? We only need those two to add. I'm going to continue here with these little guys. See, it's just getting a little bit more crowded with too much edges, and it's just causing a problem later on whenever I wanted to deal with that shape as I preferred. But anyway, I prefer now that they will stay somewhat cubic and just let it go. It's enough. It's just a simple detail, and we already put so much work on it. So that way, let's try, yeah, here. Okay. Let's see what else need to be. Well, here we need. All right, press 3. Let's take a look at this. Oh yeah, and I'm missing 2 here. You see here? So I'm gonna shift right click, offset edge loop, and I'm gonna add those with offsets. I'm doing it while the camera is zoomed so I can see them better. Press F8, grab this, press 3, and that looks fine. Okay, let's do that way. Okay, now we have this feature, and I'm gonna grab this face. Let's grab these 2 faces. Mesh, poke. Poke, edit mesh, poke. Okay, now the reason I'm doing this, I need the center here. So I'm gonna grab this, modify, center the pivot, switch to move tool. You see the pivot is there, and I want to set it to the center of this pivot because, well, pretty obvious. I want this to be at the center of the pivot. So first of all, DV, and I'm trying to snap this to the same height here. Okay, and I want this to be here. So DV and here. Okay, so it's now in the center, but DV and snap it to the center here. Okay, doesn't matter, it can stay up there as long as it's rotating as I want. So right now I can press F8, grab all of them, press 3, and now only grab this one, holding down the J, and rotate this. Now the only thing I care about is that there won't be any problems while it's opening. I mean, if you're gonna animate this, you want to make sure that it can really open and not break or something, because the angles of how I constructed it could be ruining the, basically there is behind this part should be a glass window. So you just need to be able to open without, while it's bending here, without, I don't know, somehow like accidentally touch the other glass and just snap. Anyway, I'm gonna undo that. That's good. We have exactly what we wanted to have, and I'm gonna grab this, right click, Control D to duplicate these. I'm gonna grab these, bring them here, and I'm gonna create a new layer from them. I want to keep a copy of them, and I'm gonna call this pivot. Okay, pivot, save, and this will be invisible. Okay, we don't need any reason to touch this. I just want the basic shape to have a secondary copy of it. Now I'm gonna bring back the entire model, like so. Okay, bring it here, and let's set how we're gonna spread them along this door. First of all, right click, choose edge. Let's grab this edge, Control right click, edge ring, utilities to edge ring, and split. That's good. Let's grab this door, right click, edge, and press G. Let's grab here, press G, here, press G, okay? Here, press G, and here, press G. Let's do the same here. G and G and G and G. So the reason I've done this is I'm interested on putting this here in the center, but two copies more here. Okay. Now, whenever I'm going to put this, I'm going to show you how I'm placing it. Okay, just so I don't have this thing that I worried about, that whenever we're going to animate this, like the glass won't really snap, but it will overlap if it's not correct. So let's bring it that way. Let's change to 4-view. Let's see what we should use. This one. I'm going to change here shading wireframe unshaded. It will help me a lot. And I can already tell this is the middle cut of the door. So I'm just using the handles of the move tool in order to place it exactly where it should be. And as you can see, I'm going to put this exactly like so. Okay. So that's fine. And well, it should be in the center, right? But this is very, I don't know. This is why I was worried about. I think that last time I was trying to create this, I really took care of it. But anyway, let's just continue. Control D to duplicate this. Bring this down here. See, this is the secondary line that I wanted to put it over. And we can delete after that the, well, I've done Shift D, so it's copied that over there, but I need it over here. Okay. Great. Press spacebar, hover your mouse over the perspective view and press spacebar, and there you go. We have those pivots. Now I know they don't really look good. I'm not really satisfied with them, but you can either shorten them or you can create an add-on cap over here. So we will deal with this at the next part. First of all, what I was worried about, that you will have those, and just later on we will be able to continue and create some more things just like that over here, just to make it more realistic. So for this part, thank you for watching. I think that was enough. I'm going to save this file, save scene as. I will have to save it as 22. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. I will see you at the next part. Bye bye.